All right, guys. Liverpool have just won another game in the champion. No, I don't think of being positive after a Liverpool game for a while now. I mean, there was that Bournemouth game, but yeah, it's quickly turning into a season to forget for Liverpool. And I'd heard good things about Napoli before this game. I didn't think they'd beat us by 3 goals. Before the game, my prediction was 2-0 Napoli. Four. We conceded four. Could have been 5 or 6 quite easily, to be honest. They absolutely battered us, and I've seen a few people say that our second half we were a bit better. Napoli shut up shops second half, and we still didn't really create many chances. Yeah, I mean it's absolutely poor at the moment. Chelsea have just sacked Thomas Tuchel after their start to the season. I think our start to the season is very comparable to Chelsea's. Um, yeah, maybe we haven't had as many embarrassing results, but the level of football played, it's definitely not been too dissimilar. Right, let's get into it. First goal, James Milner shouldn't have his hand out at all, but by that point, Napoli had already hit the post through Victor Osimhen, and could have scored another one as well. So yeah, it had been coming. Um, the second one, it's just absolutely terrible from Joe Gomez. Gomez had an absolute shocker in the first half. Truth be told, the entire team was poor, but he was probably the worst player. And he's been given a few games recently, but he isn't performing that well, to be honest. And I think Matip coming off the bench in the second half, I think that might be Gomez's last chance for a while now, that he'll get starting consistently in the first team. He was just so poor. But fair play to Napoli. They were superb first half. Pretty much every player in their team played well. Um, the player I read about before this game was Kvitska Kvaratskhelia. That's it. Who in Napoli they apparently call him Kvaradonna or something like that. He was absolutely superb. He ran Trent Alexander-Arnold and Joe Gomez absolutely ragged. And yeah, the third goal, it was all about him. Takes on Trent, beats Joe Gomez, and plays it across goal for Giovanni Simeone, who had only just come on the pitch for Osimhen, who went off injured. But Osimhen, whilst he was on the pitch, he definitely more than did his job for the team. He earned them a penalty, but it did get missed. So yeah, it could have been 4 at half time if they'd scored that penalty. It could have been 5 if Osimhen had scored that. Hard chance, but not impossible to score chance. So yeah, second half it only took them a minute to get a fourth through Zielinski. Just simple counter attack really. Simeone squares it to him and he gets the rebound off Alisson. Liverpool did react instantly through Luis Diaz. It was a really good goal from Diaz, but I think it is a goal that will get forgotten about fairly quickly because of the results and the overall performance. But yeah, Napoli, they were superb. So many good performers. Lobotka, sorry, Kvaratskhelia, Osimhen, Simeone when he came off the bench. Who else had a good game? Anguissa, he was superb for them. He scored his goal and just ran the midfield in the first half completely. Politano was decent as well. Napoli just absolutely superb. Liverpool's best player was Alisson, and he conceded 4 goals. That really says a lot about Liverpool's performance. The midfield was shocking. James Milner is he's had a superb career, but he's just not got the speed anymore. He hasn't got the turn of pace at all, and he's just constantly struggling when he's playing a 90-minute game at this level. Um, yeah, Harvey Elliott it looked a bit overawed by the occasion. I guess it's different playing at Napoli's in Naples in a Champions League night to, I don't know, playing at Anfield on a Saturday afternoon against Bournemouth. The front three, Diaz wasn't horrendous. Salah couldn't get involved, and Firmino didn't have his best game. He's been Liverpool's best player recently, but he didn't have a good game tonight. And the defence, just the less said about it, the better. Virgil van Dijk made a good goal line clearance, but other than that, he was poor. Gomez, I've already said about, and two fullbacks, Alexander. Well, Robertson wasn't too bad, but Trent, just, poor game. And yeah, when Liverpool pulled one back, you never really thought they're going to get another one here. They just really struggled to create chances. Virgil van Dijk had a header save, but other than that, there really wasn't much. They brought on quite a few subs: Nunez, Jota, who else? Thiago. Now, Thiago, when he came on, Liverpool controlled the game a lot more, but it was around the time that Napoli took a few of their attacking players off. So they clearly weren't looking to attack, so it was always going to be Liverpool are going to have more of the ball. There's not really a lot you can take away from that. And also Arthur came on for his debut with about 20 minutes to go with the game already done and dusted. And he didn't really do anything wrong, but I mean, there's not really a lot to judge him on. Liverpool have got Wolves on Saturday. Wolves aren't a side who are going to score 2 or 3, but they are a side who are going to be tricky to get a goal against. And Liverpool just have looked bang average in all areas so far this season. Again, bar that Bournemouth game. They just. The attack hasn't clicked really. The defence, the midfield's looked sluggish. The defence has just been all over the place at times. So Liverpool do need to fix this quick, or this is going to very quickly become a season that could set Liverpool back a couple of years. Because when you're a top club like Liverpool, but aren't a club that has got there through, I'm not trying to take a dig at other clubs, but Liverpool aren't a club who've got there through spend. It's more been smart spending and bringing in players who are going to fit a system that Jurgen Klopp's wanted to play. And on top of that, Liverpool aren't deciding to pay massive wages. So Liverpool, if they're not careful, could quickly become a team who aren't attractive to players, like top players, if that means not aren't attractive, but aren't as attractive as going to a team like, I don't know, Man City, Real Madrid, or other big teams, Bayern Munich maybe. I just don't want to see us go back to being like a Europa League club like we were 8 or 9 years ago. Jesus. If I'm going to predict what's going to happen for the rest of the season for Liverpool, I do think it will pick up, because we've got so many players to come back yet. Thiago is coming back. Henderson's out injured. Matip and Konate are only just coming back too, so that's a big bonus. Jota as well. So it's not all hope is ended, that sort of thing, but just need to pick up a bit of momentum, and then hopefully, because you don't become a bad side overnight, sort of. Like, this is still a very, I think starting 11, the only player who's not there now is Sadio Mane from last season. And don't get me wrong, Mane was a massively important player for Liverpool, but he wasn't the difference between what we were last season to what we are now. I think it's more so the change of style in Liverpool's game over the past 2 years since Thiago's come into the team. And when Thiago isn't playing, Liverpool struggle to play that style because technically there is no better player in the Liverpool squad than Thiago Alcantara. Because that's just a fact. Like no one is as clean, fluid on the ball as he is, like silky sort of thing. So when he is missing, and a 37-year-old James Milner's coming in, it makes a difference. So hopefully, now that he's back, Liverpool can build a bit of form. But yeah, these next few weeks for Liverpool are going to be absolutely massive. I don't think we're going to win the league this season. It would take something like amazing for Liverpool to do that. And we would be relying on other teams to slip up like Man City and Arsenal. But yeah, it's looking like a bit of a tricky season for Liverpool so far.